Good morning. Now, comp here, yeah, you're saying here it's wanting to go to 120 to 150 on a new 3 month. You're just wondering. Yeah, let's look into it. Now, you will remember I've made you many videos, I think, on comp now over the time, and like this is a full year, so all the videos in the last year I have said that I think comp is going to come down below this large pivot. In my experience, markets often don't like to bottom on that, and they like to come down and take out that pivot. We have now done that, actually, so that is very interesting. I agree with you that at some point that this is going up here. Even if I just throw a quick fib onto this, very roughly, didn't get the exact top there, didn't get the exact bottom there, so it'll give a rough guide, and your 120 to 150 is probably in around that area, somewhere there. So you can see here that the fib target, the lowest fib target, I wouldn't say the lowest, but the lowest of the main fibs would be the 23% retrace, and that is up to almost $250, $230. So you have to think at some point the market comp will bounce up into your target area. I'm not sure about on a new month. Can the market get enough liquidity? Like you can see down here, there's no buyers. There's not enough buyers compared to here. There's a lot more sellers. This is still distribution. What I'm interested in now is, and it's kind of what you're talking about though, can we do it in a new 3 month? This was still distribution that sold off. Now this is a pump and a bullish candle that had a bearish monthly stop hunt, and then we sold off again. Now we have a beautiful double bottom. It is interesting because, like, if I break this down into a 3 month here, we are forming a 3-day apex. This purple 200 is starting to drop. That's exactly what you want to see. So, however, I don't think on a new 3 month that we are going to hit the $120 target. I think it's just still too much to ask. I think there's going to be more of a process. I could be wrong on that, because, you know, once Wall Street or whatever, once the whales, they get eyes on the coins, they really could go up a lot faster than we do anticipate. Just look at Bitcoin today. Look at FLM. I think it was up 150% at one point. So, you know, once the buyers come in, it can be fast and furious, as they say. It is extremely important now to be kind of focusing. There is an element to say that this is now bullish above this stop hunt, right? We have to take that mindset. Try to delete this, try to take that away. We have to have that bullish mindset for now, okay? But when we look at this overall pattern, it's technically a bearish pattern. I don't know if this can break down or not, but you know, it is quite normal to be to get a reaction off the lows here. The big question is, can it hold? I also do think that if it does hold, there will be a period of consolidation to kind of prove that this is holding, and then if we break out, then we are likely to run. Okay, so it's kind of at the do or die point, to be fair, and it is a very good area to accumulate, at least in theory, because you're at a double bottom, and we are actually, let's just measure this just to see how far we're down. I mean, the price is still down 96.8%, and that's not even at the lows. Okay, let me fix that. 96.7%. It was down 97.3%. We're still down. So this is a decent accumulation place, but you do always need to be prepared to be adding more, lower, and get that average. This is exactly the point, kind of where I have been saying for the last year, 2 years, or whatever, and a lot longer than that. But in this current time, this is the place where I do like to buy, and I do like to add. What I was interested in, I was interested to see if Bitcoin would roll over and give us that dip on a new 6 month. If we got that, I think that is the beautiful buy point for the altcoin market. I do want to be starting to load. Like, I'd love to buy comp here. I'm just I'm trying to have patience because we didn't get that drop yet. We have a very strong 3-month candle, and I hope I don't miss it. If if I miss it, I mean, I still do have a decent size portion of buys already in the market. My thought process that Bitcoin would come down in this next 6 months, and maybe some of these would actually come down a bit lower. I don't know where. I don't know where exactly comp's coming, but I just kind of drew that. If that's the case, then maybe this could drift a little bit to give even better buys if I'm correct that Bitcoin would have a red 6 month. But in theory, if you did buy here and did buy whatever down here and did buy down here, you're going to be getting a very good average, and that has kind of been the goal. And it's been a long time coming. This is over a year here already, which is frustrating. But when you understand it, and when we called this before it even happened, and that kind of helped, I suppose, mentally prepare people that it's likely to expect this. So we are kind of here now. It's getting exciting. It's getting very exciting, actually. And we just stop hunted there. That's a frustrating stop hunt, to be honest. I don't like to see that because it makes me very tempted to start buying it. So, mate, yeah, back to your thought process, so we can bounce to 120 in the next 3-month candle. I mean, there is only one way to play this here at this point, and that would be to be reactive on a new month. We are 9 days away. This candle is still red. So on a new month, obviously, the new monthly, you would be looking for something like this. There should be a small dip down into the wick, and if that can hold, and if we are going to be strong, it's like you can see here, there was no wick. If we're going to be strong, there's likely not going to be that much wick. There could be a bit. We need to see how we go. But a small wick down and a flip green again would be a buy, and that would be the way to play it, I think, at this point. And then ride that out and see where it goes. If it's a strong reaction and we get a real big pump, maybe some of the whales do come into this and start buying it up. That's a monthly. Let's look at the 3-month chart here, actually. So you can kind of just see there what way that would be. It is still a big ask. This is technically a bearish pattern. See here, see this bear flag? This move down, and then you sideways consolidation, and then you get the breakdown, and then you get more sideways consolidation, and this is almost a bear flag again that in theory, could if you pretend that's a red candle right here, in theory could break down if you pretend that's a red candle. This is a bit of a bear flag sort of consolidation on the lows. So you definitely just need to be reactive, and me as well. I would love to buy some comp, but we will have to just try and look for that small dip down and a flip green again, and see where that could take us. So 6-month candle. This we've seen a lot of these in the market, very recently, in the last few days developing, and it is very, very, very interesting. These can be bottoming candles. It is very interesting, and it also gives us a place to be looking out for buys potentially. Like if we wick down into this 6-month wick down here and pop up and flip green, that's extremely bullish. Maybe I shouldn't say extremely bullish, but what it is it'll probably mean that we're coming back up to take liquidity up on this wick, just like this wick here came back up right up on here and took liquidity in here. So this is now a big large open wick. We can start to think that this may want to, like, even $250 is a double in price. Okay, so that is possibly on the cards, as long as the small dip and pops up and flips green. Now that BlackRock have tried to enter the market, it shows confidence in Bitcoin. It shows confidence, not all crypto, but it definitely shows confidence in kind of Bitcoin anyway, and maybe crypto as a whole. Now also, there's been confidence shown by the Fed today about crypto. Jay Powell said that crypto has staying power as an asset class. Once he starts talking about that, that's going to open the eyes and ears of hedge funds and stuff as well, so more money could come into the market. I mean, we've known that for obviously a long time, but it's nice to hear it from those guys. So yeah, for now, I think it's best to just have some patience and watch this very carefully. the ideal situation, I'll finish on this, the perfect ideal situation, and I don't know if we'll get it or not, would be to stop hunt this candle here, right? If we wick down, for example, and stop hunted this right here. If we stop hunted that, that's a perfect buy point. I'm going to put my that's the perfect buy point. I'm not sure if we'll get the perfect buy point, but a wick and a stop hunt below this low right here would be the ultimate buy if it can hold.